Oh, that's the wrong thing. But you can see that there is a genie in a bottle. Um,
Baby?
I'm on the wrong overlay. There we go.
Oh boy, that's getting shared to everybody.
Absolutely. Hey everybody! Welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We are back from break. When we left our heroes, they had been basically going through the aftermath of the battle against the Sethian Scourges, meeting with the various individuals of the Blacktongue tribe and their ally Karstus, making decisions amongst themselves about what needs to be done and where they would be going, making decisions about what would be done with their allies and particular items, etc., etc. But now all of that has been resolved, and time has passed into the wee hours of the evening, and the party is able to now rest. So as we go into the long rest, we're just going to do the normal shtick around the room of anybody who wants to do rest activities. Go ahead and pop them off. So just, Jay, you got anything? Is Ashes doing any?
Nothing.
Nope.
I don't have any ingredients prepared.
Sounds like a plan. Ezra, any book learning or anything like that for Ezra?
But before I would bed down, I'd be
Cha-cha.
looking to check out the spell scroll and the serpent necklace.
The serpent necklace, you can I detect that it is not magic, right? It is just a potentially pricey trinket that might fetch some coin, or just be a nice little reminder of, hey, we got this from so-and-so's, if you want it for that reason.
Who's holding on to our loot?
For what?
I mean, this is just a silver necklace
To sell,
that
basically.
could potentially be sold for monies. It's
Silver,
a
gross.
piece of artwork.
I don't like it.
You got a bag?
Okay, I'll hold on to it then.
Throw her in
And-
there.
Yep, it is in the bag. And the scroll?
The scroll is... What room is that? That is... Aha!
Secret name, guys. 15C. Everyone remember that? 15C is Snake Place.
15C is Snake Place. It is a scroll of Modify Memory.
All right then.
Could be useful, or you could just sell it for some coin.
Ever since CR campaign 2, you're like, ooh, man.
Yeah,
I mean, CR or campaign 1 in the fire plane too. Scanlan.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, Modify Memory is kind of like a oldie but a goodie, right? Like, as soon as people read Modified Memory, they're like, wait, I can do what?
That don't seem right.
Yeah. It's a fun one. Okay. After
And
that,
then I would spend the night going through Calabash's tome.
what are we doing?
What are we doing? Let me pull up my downtown activities list.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we... Gotta pull up my list as well.
I would go with history.
E-study. Okay.
18.
E-study. Okay. You find, as you're leafing through, right? Gibberish, random passage, gibberish, random passage. Before you land on a particular passage here that talks about the place known as Slither Swamp, right? And talks about a warp in the weave here. A thing that called the ancient, oh shit, what were they called? I think they're called not the shit.
Not the shit. Got it.
Sorry. Obscure bit of lore that popped out of my head. It would be... Yeah, okay, so I was right. I just thought that I was not. This is an obscure piece, an obscure warp in the weave that brought the attention of the Saruk. And Ezrah is a student of history, right? So when you see the word Saruk, that's one of the that is known to be one of the progenitor races, right? Back in the primordial times when God still walked the earth, right? That is, the Saruk are basically the snake peoples before they were snake peoples. The Yuan-Ti before Yuan-Ti was ever a thing, right? And all of the progenitor races at one point in time basically ruled the world. And the Saruk are no different. So you find a passage basically describing the Saruk being drawn to this place by the basically the pull of one of their primordial gods, right? And the verbiage here is a little obscure, but actually, and you might have more trouble with it had you found this passage prior to coming here, right? But after having already been here, you've seen a couple of these things, and you've identified a couple of things, and you realize that this is talking about the island that has that statue and that portal and the ghost walking on it, right? And you, through reading this passage, you come to understand that this portal, or whatever it is a warp in the weave, a weakness in the weave, through which the power of the primordial deity of the Saruk drips. And that anyone...
And the Night Serpent?
And that anyone who involves themselves with it or laid hands upon it or anything like that is likely a target of the Night Serpent themselves.
Oh, so by me warning people not to go fuck with it, might have actually saved someone's life.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Nope, I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
Don't know what you're talking about, but that is the bit of little history that Calabash's tome reveals to you. Okay, moving on. Bones, any rest activities you are performing?
Yes, I will work on my hereto unnamed project.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds like a plan. Matashtai, any rest activities that you were working on?
Yes, I'm going to create another talisman. I'm going to do a talisman of the Silver Tongue.
Ooh. Are you anticipating something there?
Maybe.
Okay, sounds good.
None of your beeswax.
My beeswax is all over the wax. Get out of here. Okay. You guys perform a couple of these activities. You get set in your ways, sharing watches, etc., etc. And eventually the night passes. You're all rested. You gain the benefits of a long rest. And assuming that the timing was the way that we were intending, the dawn passes, and any dawn-style recharges would trigger as well.
Very good.
It is shortly after that point, actually technically it would be shortly before that point, that there are cries of jubilation that are kicked up as all of the prisoners are freed from their mind control, and the Black Tongue tribe is once more, I say once more, but basically finally whole, right? No longer divided by the reign of terror of Yerk, the Lord of Fetid Obliteration, no longer having lost members to the mind control of the Sethian Scourges. The Blacktongue tribe now stands united, liberated, and incredibly thankful for their allies. You receive a veritable flood of visitors over the course of the next 2 hours as individuals and groups come to celebration. Just like springs up all over the place, right? And with little pockets of like mourning for the people who realize that loved ones have been lost since their minds were lost to them, right? But mostly celebration. And you're just like hammered every 5 minutes by an individual or a group that comes up to you and it just wants to thank you for doing what you've done, basically. And you get kind of proffered a lot of little spur of the moment trinkets, which most of them are perishable and come in the form of like strange funguses and things like that. But a couple of them are smaller, ornamental style trinkets. If you are interested in taking them or noting them down or anything like that. Some of them are made of like fish bones and stuff like that. So,
Man,
but
Cool, I'll take some.
regardless, right? Like there's all of that oppression, all of that reserved atmosphere boils over at this point, and it's almost kind of like that first party after the defeat of Yerk, but bigger, right? And not only just bigger because of more bodies, but bigger because there's nothing held back now, right? Like there's no one off in a corner going like, yeah, we're celebrating, but my sister is, still mind controlled by the scourges, or that type of thing, right? Like all of the things have been resolved, and it's just a wave of release that comes out of the Blacktongue tribe for it. But that being said, right, like the new generation ends up not screening for you, but they're like, Risk comes by again and he's like, you need to go, I'm assuming. not like you need to leave, but I'm sure you need to leave.
You likely want to leave.
Those are the words I'm looking.
No, this place smells great. I love it.
And you're basically given your opportunity for egress, should you so choose. I've got cat hair that's just flying in my face repeatedly.
Egress we shall.
Damn it, Odie. Damn it, boy. So, assuming that you guys are, if that's what you want to do, you are given the opportunity to take your leave of the Blacktongue tribe and the Slither Swamp. Is there anything that anyone wants to do prior to that, or are you guys hitting the road?
I'd be reattuned to Krek at this point.
Okay.
Also reattuning to the Bull Rush helmet.
Okay. Any other attunements or reattunements or anything like that?
I reattune to my ethereal staff.
I guess I will take my Ring of Warmth back.
Okay.
I'm
Sounds like
just so damn warm.
You're so damn warm. All right. Where are you going and how are you getting there?
We're walking.
Okay, so this is officially the 22nd, correct?
This is officially the 23rd now.
Third.
Because the battle took place on the 22nd, and you guys rested throughout the entire day, and it is now the 23rd.
Yep.
Which means you
Thank
should
you
have
for
some
verifying.
potions ready for you.
Yep.
So,
We real quick run through the giant area. We check in on the boys real quick, make sure they're alive, make sure
Okay.
there's no one else I have to kill.
Oh, there's definitely gonna be steps that we're gonna have to take if the plan is to go through the giant area.
Yeah, just like fucking run.
Okay.
Right?
Are
I mean,
you guys?
you guys
Are
want
you
to use
guys?
the portal? We can use the portal to go right there if you want.
That's true. You
But I
guys
don't think you
do
guys
have a
wanna
portal
use
that
the
goes
portal.
directly to floor 6.
And then from 6 to 2.
Well, 5 to 2, but yeah.
I'm fine. I mean,
Does the Rust Monster portal not go from 6 to 2?
That's on. Is that on 6?
If only there was a beautiful image that spent plenty of time
Well, I mean,
being created.
If only.
If only.
if only.
Alas, there is not.
Fuck off with that noise. Uh,
Well, regardless, I don't think we're going to risk 2 portal takes unprotected, right? Or are
Well,
we?
I mean, I thought we would go to 6 and then, I don't know, make sure what's her face. Make sure. Oh my God, what the hell is her name? Make sure Forest Queen's cool, and then just go up the other portal, the wood portal, right? That's what we
you mean
normally do.
Willow of the Willow
Willow,
Wood.
yeah.
Yeah, Willow. That one.
You know what? You remembered hobgoblins today, so I'm gonna cut you some slack. Actually,
I took an awful lot. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
okay. Plan is to travel through the land of the Stone Men, to get back to the Skull Takers. Check on the Skull Takers, and then go to the Willow Wood. Potentially check in with Willow for a blessing, and then take that portal back to floor 2. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
I believe it
Make it
sounds like a
happen.
plan.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm told that there's a plan, and this sounds an awful lot like it. Just to be frank.
Right. You leave your Black Tongue allies behind. You head northwest, back up into the cold, oppressively cold air of the land of the Stone Men. And as you do, I deleted it.
Nothing happens then.
As you do, it gets deleted. No, as you do, as you basically fast travel through the land of the Stone Men, situations. We're gonna
Are
roll.
inevitable.
Situations
Wow.
apparently are not inevitable. You're good, actually. So,
Surprising.
you are able to sneakily make your way through the land of the Stone Men undetected, and then back up to the lost levels.
Shit,
At
the
which
map's
point
empty. They're lost.
Forever.
we get to hear the Skull Takers theme.
What?
I didn't listen to where they had a theme. I don't remember this.
I don't remember either.
It's new. They have a theme now.
Okay.
And I was looking through music and I realized that there's just a song called Goblinized, and I was just like, all right then.
I see just a black screen.
Same.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
yeah,
I
I've-
don't hear anything.
I'm well, you never hear anything. Shit's always turned off.
No, I have it turned off. I just turned it back up.
Oh. Well, it exists. So ID.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Gotcha. All right.
Doesn't seem
as-
manic enough for them. I'm just gonna be honest.
Look, I only have so many options. You gotta give me a break here.
I'm just saying.
As you make your way up, actually, technically, you don't have to make your way to floor 6. You could just go straight to the Willowwood, because there's 2 passages leading up out of the land of the Stone Men. Remember?
Yes, I do recall that.
Do you want to pit stop at the Skull Takers, though? I mean, it's not like it's gonna hurt anything.
I mean, I just want to pass through and make sure they're alive. That's all. I'll visit with them later.
You're going. You're heading to check and see if everyone is alive and well and everything like that. And you are heading up the tunnel back into the Lost Levels proper, right?
Yes.
And you see before you, up the way, a barricade, and about 10 feet in front of that, a relatively hidden tripwire.
Wow.
Look at those guys.
Oh, look at them barricading. Oh.
They're making defenses.
You guys had helped them plan out, like, locations for them to defend, to set up, like, blockades and traps and things like that, and it looks like that they have been busy in your absence.
Proud of them.
Proud of them.
Yeah.
Anyways, right, like, there's a strange little altercation as you know, like, there's a barricade and a tripwire, and after a moment of realization, there's some goblins that shout out at you and recognize you, right? And they're like, "Oh, hey, boss! Watch out! It's right there. Just step
Hey,
over
guys.
it. It's fine." You know,
Thanks.
And-
I almost missed that. It's well hidden.
it's okay, right? Like, it's probably around like a DC 15 or something on the passive
Yeah, that's
perception.
pretty damn
so
good.
It's not bad, honestly.
Seen it?
Yeah, Ezra's head's in the clouds all the time, though. But, like, it's not bad. It would catch the unwary adventurer, or the, you know, random ooze that's kind of like just waltzing its way up.
Ain't
So,
nothing
I would
wrong with
assume
that.
Ooze would just T1000 through the tripwire.
You know what? Maybe, actually. But the tripwire is, like, organic. It's not a wire. It's a rope, basically. So you're able to meet with the Skull Takers, right? And you can see they have taken not only your previous assistance and direction to heart, but they've taken the battle that they had against what was it, all the carrion crawlers? Is that what it was? I can't remember what attacked them.
Yeah, it was carrion crawlers.
So they took that. It's seemingly they have taken that to heart, and they have actually been doing quite a bit more about setting up watches and barricading locations and having patrols and things like that. You before you even get to the central nave, you do get not run down, right? But you get bound out by Catsup and the cavalry brigade. So they seem to be taking things a bit more seriously. How effective that is going to be in the long run remains to be seen, but they are at least trying at this point.
Well, that's all we can ask.
Yeah.
Somebody fucks with them, I'll
okay.
just burn their house down.
As you make it back to the nave, you're able to interact with Pibble and Groin, right? And kind of like do whatever it is you would like to do. But before you do anything else, you do notice, again, all of you have insight trained and you're relatively familiar with the Skull Takers. They seem a little haler, a little hardier, a little sharper of wit and eye, a little maybe stronger of limb, perhaps. as if as if they mayhaps have
Damn, they've
leveled
been
up.
training.
So
Wow. This is just a pit stop. I let them know I'll be back in a few days. You know, when we can
Okay.
hang out then.
sounds good. Yeah, they're just like, all right, boss, be safe up there.
Yeah, you guys are
Bring us
awesome.
some cool
Thanks.
stuff.
Oh yeah, hey, is
Uh-oh.
there anything you want in particular?
Cool stuff.
Anything y'all need? Cool stuff. Okay, I'm on it. I also enjoy cool stuff.
Yeah, they're just like, whatever. They're goblins. They don't care. So. Oh,
True.
right. Okay. Yeah. So this is just pit stop. You're just here and gone. Easy enough. You head back north. Are you going to Willow for a blessing? Is that the intention?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll make it seem like I was just checking in on her first before we.
Oh yeah,
just straight
of
out,
course,
so-
of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
should we bring our gift? Do we have any gifts?
I don't have any gifts.
Guys, got any gifts?
We
Just
have
another
anything? Do we have anything
portal
wood
booty
based?
call.
We can give her that sweet necklace.
I feel like if we give her something made of wood, she'll murder us.
Oh.
The necklace is silver.
It's fair.
You give it-
We can give her that.
You enter into the Willowwood, and it is drizzling rain down around you.
Poison rain?
Not as far as you can tell. It doesn't seem to be poison rain.
I'm on high alert.
On
for
high
poison
alert.
rain.
All right, good to know. Why are you on high alert against poison rain?
In case the sword is losing its control.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough.
High alert.
High alert. Okay.
High alert.
You make your way
Whose
to
phone's on high
Willow's
alert? I'm also on
tower.
high alert.
You are
Yeah.
greeted by Halaster, but Willow seems to be out at this particular moment, though Halaster assures you that she will be returning shortly, as she has noticed your presence and assumes that you need something. And Halaster basically just, you can see, does the whole like vines and branches, brings you down tea and scones and things like that, and just welcomes you
He's just so damn awesome.
for the interim that you were waiting. But assuming that is there anything you guys want to do or ask Halaster or anything like that, or is it just wait until Willow shows up?
I don't think we need to talk with him.
Let's hang out. How you been, Hallis Tree?
You, Tree?
How's Willow been? Has her mood been?
Careful.
Oh, it has its ups and downs. It's been a bit cloudy the last couple days. But the rain's broken now. I'm sure it won't last for too long. Plus, rain's good for the magical forest that grows off of magic and not sunshine and rain.
I have heard that water is good for that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Good chat.
Good chat, bruh.
Halaster asks after your adventures, right? Like, what have you all been up to? Something exciting, perhaps? Or
We
not? I
slew
hope exciting.
immortal snake people.
Oh,
We freed some bullywugs from the yoke of slavery.
my goodness! Bones.
Hello.
With your freakishly high passive perception,
That's me. I'm a freak.
You're a freak.
while Matashtai is telling these things to Halaster, you swear, right? From up above you, past where you can see in the balcony around you, where Halistree's branches and vines reach out, right, into the distance. You swear you can hear the scratching sound of a quill on parchment.
Okay. Weird.
But Matashtai, Halastree listens raptly to your story, and oohs and ahs at all of the appropriate moments.
As he should. As he should.
Okay. So, a few minutes pass, and then there is a boom as the two sets of doors behind you are opened by the Displacer Beast Krishnan, like slamming two arms up against it and pushing them open. You can see Willow riding upon the creature almost imperiously. Her hair just drenched, her clothing drenched, her face dour, right? She enters into the room onto the back of Krishnan, dismounts, walks across to the yellowish amber throne, and sits, and just looks to be like the picture of displeasure. She's just like,
Oh boy.
you have
Wow.
returned.
Fun day?
Poachers. But they are being dealt with.
Hey, my boys can take care of poachers for you. You know.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Yo
they
boys.
could, I don't know. They could just and do it. You can let them hang out, and they can anti-poach. They're great at stuff like that.
Are they?
I
That's
don't
it.
know.
Are you offering your tribe's services?
Yeah, we could like do some patrols for you if you wanted.
She seems like very shocked, right? Like she had not anticipated this, and she's just like, I don't know how to respond to this offer. Like,
I mean,
she
you
seems
think
like
about it.
she wants to be mad, right? Like, not at you, right? But she wants to be mad at the situation, right? But you've suddenly presented her what could be a legitimate solution, and now she's like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may check in when I come back down. You know, think about it
No,
or consider it. Whatever.
I'll-
Whatever.
I'll send a messenger to your people.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you. Like she
Not to
she,
run the side, just kind of giving Bones a like.
she's legitimately like just surprised and taken aback. Like she was mad. She was dealing with being mad, and then all of a sudden this solution just was like presented, dropped into her lap, and she's like, okay.
Sound like the first time she ever said thank you in common.
Might be.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll check in with them and see, and we'll get that taken care of. We'll get that arranged for you.
Yeah. I mean, I have watchers, I have... The forest provides, it protects, but...
Yeah, but
There's a certain
know.
amount of cleverness that comes with the malevolence of sentience.
Such a backwards way of
It's
saying
hard to get an awakened elk to understand why it should worry about poachers. It's You know,
Yeah.
they realize it in the moment, but they don't anticipate those things.
That's true. I can't get the Marchesa to stop eating the tent flaps. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's the same thing.
Okay, that's now canon. The Marchesa has a problem eating the fucking tent flaps. Good to know.
Who's the Marchesa again?
Just me.
Cats
Let
and
me
Smout.
make a fucking note.
Oh, gotcha.
One of the goats.
All right. Anyways, okay. So Willow is kind of like, all right, that was unexpected, but thank you for the offer. I'll talk to your people and we'll see what we can do.
Did your
Sounds
people in
great.
contact with my people?
Yeah, basically is one of those situations. You know, you're both very busy individuals. She'll get someone to coordinate with Pibble and Groin and see what's what.
You'll have Halaster walk down there.
Halaster, get in contact with them.
Halaster's like, okay,
He
I'll
drops a
something out.
leaf and just hopes the wind takes it.
She says, "Send a missive." They send the awakened elk.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna go well.
All right. Well, anyway, hey. So, we were thinking of heading up top, and we're hoping to use your portal.
She kind of like waves her hand at you, almost kind of like dismissively, but in like not in an exasperated way, in a like a but of course kind of way, right? Just like and you feel again that kind of like warmth set about your shoulders as you gain Willow's blessing, right? And from a mechanical standpoint, basically, like we've talked about this in the past, the idea of like, you know, your demands can weigh on her temperament, but when you offer direct solutions, right, like in the immediacy, there's no, you know, so she's just like, yeah, of course. Again, kind of almost like taken aback and confused, like not knowing how to react. She just absent-mindedly gives you her blessing, and continues onward.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah, so we'll be back in a few days. I'd love to visit with you about how the guys are doing, how Oz is doing.
Oz, yes, he's been by a few times. He's a quick study. A bit pushy, but a quick study.
I'm really glad to hear that. Let's visit in a few days.
Good old laws.
Hey, is there anything I can bring you from the surface? Anything you'd like? Some tea?
She kind of like narrows her eyes at you, right? Like now she's feeling buttered up, but Halaster is back there is good. Like tea would be lovely. Tea and any type of baking ingredients you can find.
All right, I give him a wink.
Halaster, do you bake?
Where do you think I get the scones?
From inside of himself.
Where's your oven?
Inside of himself.
He has this little branch that kind of like acts as a hand, and he just kind of points it up.
Ah, that's cool.
Wow. Okay. I got you.
You hear Willow kind of sigh, and she says, "They're too busy to be dinner guests, Halaster. They said they needed to go up top." She's kind of like, okay.
Okay, we leave.
Shoot.
Okay, we go.
Okay. You're given Willow's blessing. Where's my stuff? Where's
the
my
dead
stuff?
tree portal.
To the dead tree portal. Along the way.
We stay dry the entire time.
Along the way, you fast travel, so we're gonna situations again. You're gonna get a 6 eventually. You got a 6.
One of these days.
You got a 6.
It's close. It was real close.
A 2. Does not matter. Okay. You
Okay.
are about halfway through your trek through the forest, heading eastward from Willow's Tower, following the old aqueducts, right, towards the secondary kind of like fortification where the Dead Tree portal is. And as you get there, Bones, Matashtai, and Ashes all have high enough passive perception for this. Ezra, you poor dear. You realize as you are stepping into the location, but kind of like too late to stop yourself, you realize you have just walked into an ambush.
Oh shit, we're getting ambushed.
As you see in the root systems around you, you realize that there are doors or plugs of earth. And as they open up, you see immense trapdoor spiders all around you. And as that happens, right, like there's this heartbeat of a moment where you make the realization and you see the spiders come out as you kind of ready yourselves. And then there's this kind of like blossoming glow that comes out from you. And the spiders stop. And they consider you for a second. And then they retreat back into their doors.
Interesting. Her blessing also protects us from the spoders.
Her blessing marks you as a member
Friend
of
of
the
the forest.
Willowwood or something under her protection.
That's neat.
Neat.
So there
Very
you go.
neat.
Okie dokie. Alright, you make it to the Dead Tree portal. There's still plenty of dead wood all over the place. You take a piece of dead wood and you touch it to the portal. Silvery film opens. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm assuming everyone's just diving in. There's no other things going on? Okay.
Yeah, I think we just dive in.
With Willow's blessing, you all have a pretty good chance of things being fine.
What do you mean pretty good?
It's not a guarantee.
It is, Jeremy.
Apparently not.
It's not a guarantee. It's never been a guarantee.
Not a guarantee.
It always is.
It's never been a guarantee. Just like inspiration is not a guarantee. Well, I guess technically inspiration is more of a guarantee. Anyways. No momento. I need everyone to roll me 1d100.
Everyone.
Okay, I'm on
Let's
it.
roll 1d100. 60!
18.
Nice.
That seems
88.
statistically unlikely.
Nice.
Every time I open the pickle jar, my hand starts hurting.
An allergic reaction?
No, I don't think so. Ah, fucker. I think that pickle jar is just hard to open.
By the way, how's your thumb? It used to not have feeling in it for the longest time. Do you feel?
Yeah, it's gotten a little better where I've got
You
used to it.
feel, he says.
You feel?
I think
Nice.
I've gotten used to it, honestly. But I don't know.
Fair enough.
Like I can tell when I poke it, it's still a little, but it's not actively painful anymore.
That's good.
That was rough playing Monster Hunter when I first came off of that. Like manipulating that stick, I was like, it was not fun.
Oh shit! I need to get back on. There's a bunch of like special events I haven't done.
So, as you guys go through the Dead Tree portal, you feel, right, the gaze of the shadow upon you. You see the racing of the hands and the eyes and the things around the arcane tube structure that you find yourself passing through the weave of magic. And you feel that warmth of Willow's blessing push out of you and hold the shadow at bay. but it doesn't seem strong enough to hold the shadow at bay long enough for you to make it all the way through. So
Man.
I need Ashes and Ezrah. Need you to both roll me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, joy.
I mean, I do those a lot.
Incoming nat 1.
Okay.
Seems fine.
Well, I need to do that actually as well.
Is okay?
It's been a little while since we've dealt with this, so I don't really remember what is good and bad.
Yeah, I definitely thought low was bad.
All right.
Spicing it up.
The light burgeons out from both of you as you see just ahead of you Matashtai and Bones blip out of the silvery arcane river of magic that you flow through when you take the portals. They are through. Ashes, you can feel this pressure weighing down on you as the shadowy hands, reach out down to try to grasp you, but you feel Willow's blessing pushing back against it.
Mm-hmm.
Ezrah, you see Ashes out of the stream in front of you, just as a shadowy hand grabs your shoulder. For the briefest instance. I need you.
Damn, he's whammied. It's really fucked up because those pickles are really good.
Those pickles. Dude, I have a jar of pickles that are mwah right now, and
It's like a problem.
it takes everything I have to not just devour all of them. Ezra, I need you to roll me 1d9 for now.
It wouldn't be as bad if it didn't actively hurt my hand every time I opened the jar.
1d9.
A 1d9. Ooh.
He rolled a
9.
9. Oh no, he's gonna go crazy.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Ezra, you feel the shadowy hand grab your shoulder. You feel the surge of Willow's blessing pushing back against you, against it, right? And there is this roiling within your spirit as you kind of like feel this tug of war. Need you to roll me a... My god, I keep burping. A 1d100.
Don't.
Okay.
1, governor. How come I never get whammied? I want to get whammied. I bet it's so fun.
Get whammied?
Also, let's stop getting
then you get
protection.
stabbed by your friends.
I think before
You
this
liked
moment,
it.
Mitch is the only one that has been whammied.
Yeah, and it was
So we are finally
pretty-
diversifying.
It was pretty eventful though when he got it.
Okay. You feel this kind of brief tug of war, Ezra, and then the hold of the shadowy hand is ripped away from you by the current of the arcane magic that you're kind of like flowing through, right? And you feel yourself surge forward and hit that kind of like point in the threshold, and then you poof, blink out and you find yourself boom tumbling down at the feet of the rest of the party outside of the dead tree portal. You feel limber. You feel
Are we
lithe. You feel...
Oh my god. He has no bones!
No, you
He's
feel...
boneless.
You feel wily. You feel a spryness to your body that... I mean, you're not an old man. You're a young man, but there is a supernatural spryness to your body at this current point in time. You did not get whammied.
He got bammied.
You got bammied.
Woo!
Yeah, I think for all intents and purposes, I've been considering this for a while. I think I want to be transparent about the things that are happening with the gates. You have
48 hours to live.
48 hours to live.
Oh no, he has double bones!
Double bones.
That's too many bones. What the hell?
There's too many bones for one
You
man.
now have 412 bones.
You have received a blessing of magic. One time within, I say one time, but sometime within the next 7 days, within the next week, right? You can activate this blessing of magic upon yourself to have freedom of movement upon yourself.
Whoa.
Nice.
If you don't use it within the next 7 days, you lose it. So just keep that in mind.
It's an action to use it.
Yes, it is an action to use it. It's an action to activate the blessing. But freedom of movement is a buff that lasts for an hour, so you can probably use it a fair amount of time in advance if you're planning to.
Bro, let's scam somebody up top with it.
Scam someone with it? I wanna hear how that works.
Yeah, like
Actually.
we bet a whole group of people, like 100 people,
That
we
he
bet
can't
them
get
one-
out of like these knots or whatever, and he just
No,
like
we bet them one
whoop.
gold each that they can't catch Ezra. It's like a greased pig.
I think the knot tying contest is a simpler concept there.
Yeah, but this way we can get a whole lot of people
A
involved.
greased pig.
Yeah, but it's
Oh my
Ezra.
goodness. All right. Anyways, so there's that. You know, Ezra plops out a few seconds after everyone else, so there is that brief moment of concern. But Ezra seems fine, so
Ezra,
you
I was
guys are
concerned
able
about
to proceed forward. In the arcane chambers.
Level 2.
Level 2. Okay, so you pop out not far away from where the Skull Takers, not the Skull Takers, the Tall Market was. And your plan is to head up to the first floor and out, correct?
Yes.
Situations tick. Fast travel happens.
Tick, boom.
Okay. You are unaccosted as you head back up out of the second floor. You make your way to the dungeon level, floor 1, that you cleared so many moons ago, right? And Ash's... No, actually... Yeah. I don't think that is what happens. I think you guys you're traveling.
We traveling.
I was incorrect. You travel all right. Okay. Actually, I think this is the first time for someone. As you guys are passing through the pillar, the Forest of Pillars, right? As you're coming upon the Forest of Pillars, you hear this voice say, hold up, guys, I I think there's a secret door right here.
We hear a voice say this to us?
Well, not to you, it's just in the distance.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You guys want to go say hi?
Oh, sure.
What's the worst that could happen?
We have to kill him?
Do we
Okay.
know if there's a secret door up there?
Yes,
The
there is.
direction that it's coming from, yeah.
Is this where our ale is? No, that's...
No, that's on floor 2.
This is
Okay.
that fucking... Isn't this where we pulled that fucking horror box out of? In the poop puddle?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
What
Well,
do we do with that? Do we give that to Abaya? Do we still have that?
I don't
Sell
remember.
that to Obaya.
We did something with it.
So you guys round the corner, right?
Yeah,
or at
yeah,
least
yeah.
peek around the corner. And actually, I believe Ashes, Ezrah, and Matashtai all immediately recognize the people that they see. You see the members of the Green Choir there.
That is.
The another adventuring group that you had met before. That I think Bones hadn't met because he stayed down on floor 6 with the Skull Takers at that point in time. And you actually asked them, you kind of like quizzed them about what happened at the Tall Market, right?
Mhm.
And they told you about apparently that was the work of another group. But this is that same group, the Green Choir, and there is a blonde elven lady that's like pointing where you know there to be a secret door, right? And she's like talking to this bugbear and to this merfolk and to this dragonborn. And she's like, "No, seriously, there's a door here."
I walk up. I'm like, yeah, there totally is.
There's immediately like the bugbear is just like, "Hua!" Turns at you and is like, "What the fuck?"
Hey,
Nobody heard me coming.
Hey.
No, because nobody
yeah.
heard you fucking coming.
right,
Absolutely not.
Hey, what
What? We remember you.
Remember you too. How's it going?
The Dragonborn looks at you and he says, "It's been better. My ally's mind seems to have gone.
Why?
There is no door there."
I pressed the button.
Door opens. This Dragonborn is just like, he just like glowers at, not at you, but at the door, right? And this elf just fucking crosses her arms and just like, "Oh, no door. Yep, no door. Don't listen to Audrey. She's stupid. Yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She can't just see the outline of the door or anything."
So, yeah, good catch.
definitely
I
make
wink.
fun of
I
him
wink.
for a long
I give her a
time
wink.
with that.
She winks back at you, and she's kind of like on the sly. She gives you just this kind of like thumbs up of like thanks, because she saw the door, but she did not see the fucking button. Absolutely not. Because if she'd seen the button, she would have just pressed the fucking button. So,
That's pretty funny.
and yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity for you all to kind of like, once again, meet the Green Choir, exchange information or news if you so choose, or this can just be 2 ships passing in the night style scenario. So, going once, going twice.
How strong are they?
Um,
Do you guys remember?
I don't think we knew.
Not at all.
They were on the 2nd floor. I think that's as far as I know.
How strong they look, Jeremy? Let me evaluate. them quickly.
anyone who would like to evaluate can roll me an insight check. Or a survival check, I think.
Oh, insight or survival.
because I think there's merit to both of those being used to gauge things.
22.
22 is pretty good. If there were some quantifiable mechanics in the world that you live in, Bones,
Yeah.
and if you were somehow able to, like, assign a numerical value to the strength of any particular individual that you run across, you would gauge these individuals actually to be relatively strong, probably at around level 7 or 8.
Wow.
Like, they're not pushovers, they're just not as accomplished as you are, necessarily.
That's pretty accomplished. 7 or 8. What the hell?
They're also, from what you can tell in the brief interactions that the rest of the party, your party has had with them, and that you have now had with them, they are extremely cautious individuals. Where you
Oh.
guys kind of like roll up, hey, we found a new level, let's fucking explore that bitch. They're like, oh, there's a new level over there. Let's look at the first room and then maybe chillax for a couple of days. They're very cautious individuals. But anyways, two adventuring parties passing in the hall that leads into the
okay,
proper of Undermountain.
If they're that strong, I would definitely be like, hey, so I didn't meet you guys last time. I was hanging out down below. You look pretty strong. If you happen to meet my boys, play nice.
The merfolk is just kind of like, who are your boys?
They'll probably identify themselves. They go by the Skull Takers.
I mean, if you want us to not accidentally hurt your friends, just like be upfront.
Yeah, I'm being. What do you? I don't understand. Am I not being upfront, man? Am I not being upfront?
Well, I mean, you're being kind of vague and shady.
You're going around
They'll
to
probably
get there.
identify themselves. They're the skull. Like, give us some.
I can't be sure they're gonna identify that. Oh, you're right. Hey, I got a group down below. They're mostly goblins, but they're my boys.
Okay, so try not to get into conflict with any goblins right off the bat. Gotcha.
The Skull Takers. Yeah.
And ask if they're the skull takers.
Yeah.
Dizal, you on it? The bugbear kind of just grunts.
Yeah, we got some bugbears.
He squints real hard at you, like he's not pleased to hear that.
They're
Got some bugbears.
they're equal members, okay? Everyone's equal.
roll an insight check for me.
Inside. 18.
There are plenty of bugbears that are members of polite society, right? But the vast majority of the race is known as kind of a menace, right? As part of the goblinoid faction, and tends to not be well represented in civilization. Those that live in cities tend to be muscle. A lot of them tend to be hired muscle. And you've seen it yourself, right? A lot of them are in organizations like the Zentarum or the Xanathar Guild or things like that. So this bugbear's initial reaction to someone talking about goblins or bugbears is like, okay, this doesn't sound good, right? You know?
What? They're good. They're good guys. Blarg's a good guy. Shame he lost his arm. He's a good guy though.
The merfolk is just like, I'm sure they're fine. Thanks for letting us know. We'll keep a lookout.
All right, cool. Hey, if you tell them you know me, you can hang out. It'll be a good time.
All right, we'll keep it in mind. Hey, I guess information for information. Just, if you weren't already aware, be careful around here. There's a vampire that's been hanging out, apparently.
What? Are you freaking kidding? A vampire?
The elf looks at you and then she kind of like nods slightly and she looks like she's reading you.
Yeah.
Like the others kind of a little over their head, but not her.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe you should leave him alone, he'll be fine.
The merfolk seems to be the one doing the majority of the talking at this point, right? And he says, yeah, we have no quarrel with this creature at this point in time. As far as
Probably
I've
because,
heard, it hasn't done anything, but I'm sure that's just a matter of time. A friendly courtesy. Warning.
Appreciate the warning.
That elf is just staring at you, just like looking you up and down, your body language. It's like she's just making mental notes right now.
Yeah, you gotta establish a baseline.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Assuming nothing else, the two groups say goodbye to each other and you head onwards.
Bye. See you later.
At this point, it would be yeah. Okay, you go to the bucket. You do the customary pull. I need 4 gold from someone or 1 gold from everyone. In the bucket as the bucket goes up, and
Mark off
then the lift comes down and you are lifted up into the proper of the
The
yawning
dungeon.
portal.
Oh.
I'll already be bowed before, like, as we crest.
And
Showman, dude.
as you are coming up, right? It's early-ish afternoon or something along those lines, early to mid-afternoon. And there's a decent-sized crowd because it's winter time and people don't have enough shit to do, so they just hang out and get drunk and shoot the shit. So there's a decent-sized crowd already in the Yawning Portal, and you all hear a song that you're starting to become more familiar with. And you realize it's just kind of kicked up, and it's just kind of kicked up in response to who is coming out of the fucking well right now as a bard in the corner starts to play Blood on the Sands. And there are cheers and, the passing of coin behind the bar as people, win or lose their bets for your success or failure. And you see a couple faces that actually look relieved for a moment, right? And you realize, like, you were actually down there for a couple days this time around. It's not, I don't know that it's been your longest stint down there. I actually haven't checked, but you were down in the dungeon for quite a few days. So there are a couple faces that are like relieved, right, that you actually did come back up, and some people that are like, ah, shit, I just lost a lot of money, you know. But yeah,
I've been down there.
I think
When was
you've
our
been down there like
last
5 or 6
downtime?
days.
No, because our downtime was like 7 days, wasn't it? Our
Maybe?
last downtime?
I don't remember off
I'm
the top of
gonna
my head. You might have been down there for like 10 days. Might be
Something.
closer to that. Anyways, normal things. Round is bought for you, right?
Yeah, the
People
last time I was up-
pop in and immediately like ask you, "Hey, tell me what happened. What were the typical stuff. You come out of the yawning portal, so people are like, yeah, we want to know things. We want to buy you drinks. We want to try to pick your pockets. All things that you all are used to and easily able to handle, etc., etc. And yeah,
The last time I was up was the 5th of Hammer.
the 5th? No way.
I'm looking at it right now.
Well,
No.
we also came up without you.
Yeah, I
think
didn't come up last time.
I don't know about all that.
I'm viewing it on the team chart.
Possibly.
Okay.
I might believe you. I don't know.
Okay.
Damn, you've been gone a long time then, if that's the case. Like, holy shit. Alright, anyways, you guys have made it back to the surface, back to the City of Splendors, to Waterdeep. The dungeon down below you will await your return. I think at this point it's likely that anything else that we would do would be launching into additional activities on what exactly is going to be happening for these downtime days, etc., etc. How long are you guys going to be up here? What your plans are? All of that type of shenaniganry. So I think now is a pretty good time to go ahead and end this session. You have returned triumphant from yet another foray into the dungeon of the Mad Mage, this time seeing the end of tyranny and oppression on the 8th floor of the dungeon, the Slither Swamp. Now you've got a little bit of time for some R&R before you head back down and maybe deal with some giants, maybe deal with some mages, maybe deal with something else. We'll see. That's going to be the end of this session. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.